As are aware, Alex Jones apparently has to pay millions of dollars in the Sandy Hook defamation trial. Now, here's a controversial thing, man. Look, I'm the kind of person who I don't judge people based on other people's opinions. I look at that person, I listen to that person, I figure out what are their intentions, what are they trying to do? Because when you're dealing with a public person like Alex Jones, a celebrity, normally they have some sort of intention. They have some sort of plan. They aren't just doing crazy stuff to be doing it. Just like with Trump. Trump's not doing crazy stuff to do it. It's controlled chaos. He's doing it for a reason. And Alex Jones, believe it or not, I first found out who he was in 1997. Alex Jones was a guy that used to be on a public access show that I used to watch as a kid. He wasn't as out. He was actually very normal back then. He was a typical talking head. This is the Alex Jones that I knew.
Just came on cable access and hung out, or what your actual employment was?
I come on public access and hang out. I'm on 24 hours a day, they say.
Yeah.
That's the Alex Jones that I knew because I was a fan of Howard Stern, so his shtick was cool. So 20 years later, Alex Jones becomes this conservative voice. And I thought it was crazy because I was like, wow, that's the guy from the public access show from the 90s. And I really got a chance to see his mindset when he did those Joe Rogan interviews. And Joe Rogan is a friend of Alex Jones. I respect Joe Rogan because when Alex Jones was going through so much controversy and his name was being slung through the mud, Joe Rogan invited him on the show, even though that could have hurt him. And he didn't kowtow to him or anything like that. He didn't bend down to him. He told him, hey, I don't like a lot of the stuff that you do. You're a smart guy. You've got a lot of interesting points. But the crazy stuff that you talk about, it takes away from the good points. You tell a lot of truth. You have a lot of truth. But the 1%, 2%, 5% craziness takes away from that. And when you see that Joe Rogan interview that Alex Jones did, you really get to see him as he is. See, I believe that Alex Jones plays characters. Just like on a public access show from the 90s, he played a character. I think he created this Alex Jones character because it was successful. Everybody wants money. And if you found a way to make money and get people to give you money, of course you're going to stick with it because that's where you're getting your bread and butter. Now, I think that he created a character. A character that was designed intentionally to create controversy and to be very loud. He created a character that was like a car accident. No matter what you're doing, you can't just go past it. You have to stop and look. And I don't hate him because I honestly don't think that Alex Jones believes what he says. I think he does it as a business strategy, marketing strategy. Same thing with Trump. I've got family members who met Trump, and I'm black. And these family members are darker than me, on my mom's side. And they met Trump in the 80s, and he wasn't racist or nothing like that. So a lot of times I look deeper than the facade, than the appearance. And a lot of times these people are just characters. They created these characters for certain reasons. Now that doesn't mean what they do is with it. The negative stuff is right, but it's all done in the name of marketing. So yeah, that's my thoughts.